Welcome to APABI Focus. This is going to be the second in a newsletter series, and we're very pleased to welcome Mr. Cyril Karnatalake from Sri Lanka, from IBSL. Mr. Karnatalake is the Director General of IBSL, and before that, he served in a central bank. He's also served as a lecturer in economics for the University of Colombo, so we're very pleased to welcome you here today.
Thank you, David.
Could you tell us a little bit about the sustainable development situation about Sri Lanka?
David, first of all, I would like to thank you and your team for inviting me for this discussion. If we take the Sri Lankan situation as at now with respect to sustainable development and sustainable finance, Sri Lanka has taken initiative. Actually, the starting point for Sri Lanka to join with this trend was 2016. And Sri Lanka has submitted the Sustainable Finance Program in 2016. But during that period, because between 16 and 20, there have been not that much of an activity. But starting from 2020, Sri Lanka has submitted its program in line with the Paris Agreement. Because we have ratified the Paris Agreement in 2016. After that, we have initiated the Climate Change and Secretariat. We have initiated Climate Change in Secretariat, and that in that, national determined contributions have been clearly mentioned. And if I am going to the list of that, because now if we take the other countries in the region, in the ASEAN region, we are somewhat par with India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and all those countries. And we are at the third stage. Actually, we can say we are at the initial phase of the third stage. So we are taking some measures to introduce policies, activities, and also systems to ensure that the nation would be gradually moving towards sustainable finance. As I said, sustainable finance is linked to the sustainable development. We know that this environmental, social, and governance perspectives are the focus in all those programs. So Sri Lanka has taken initiatives. I would like to mention a little bit about those initiatives that we have, our contributions. Committed contributions are, we are planning to increase the forest coverage by 32%. by 2030, and greenhouse emissions to be reduced by around 14.5% between 2021 and 2030. And renewable energy, the contribution of the renewable energies to be increased up to 70% of the total generation by 2070. And also, we are planning to achieve the carbon nutrition by 2050. Those are the main commitments that we have promised under the agreement.
So I understand that. So this is going to take some capital funding. So I guess your president last year, Ranil Wickremesinghe, said that the country would need about $100 billion US dollars in financing to reach the net zero by 2040, which means that the money actually needs to come in the next few years so that the infrastructure will be in place before that time.
Yeah. Now, actually, for the initial projects, Sri Lanka has obtained financial and technical assistance from International Finance Corporation and also the World Bank. And for the other projects that are to come, you know that, David, now we are gradually recovering from economic crisis. And then after addressing those issues, we have to gradually raise funds for these programs. And if I shift to the banks have been advised, because central bank has taken initiatives in line with this national objective by guiding the banks and other financial institutions to raise funds through environmental friendly products like green bonds and other green related financial resources. Central bank has initiated those projects, And those are the main initiatives to raise funds for the projects. At the same time, the banks have been advised by the central bank as the regulator to initiate programs and also the policies, and also create risk and related mitigation processes, and also the reporting standards. The banks are encouraged to divert whatever the funds available for these programs when you give loans and also approve projects. So we have to look at all those aspects. Those are the initiatives. As of now, raising the funds will be a challenging project. Raising the $100 million will be a challenging task for the government.
But, it's a very ambitious goal.
Yeah.
And my impression was that Sri Lanka is very active on this. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. We are very active. Even though the financing part is not that active, now we are having all the other measures taken, that they are in place. It's a matter of raising funds. And for the initial part of it, we are getting funds from the UNDP and also the International Financial Corporation. That is for the initial projects, for the technical and financial assistance to make this start moving.
But I guess it's not only just about green infrastructure or renewable energy. You're also, the country is working very hard for financial inclusion, including the central bank has a national financial inclusion strategy. So can you tell us a little bit more about that part?
Yeah, as well as for this green financing part, central bank is also at the forefront of initiating actions to include this promote financial inclusion. That also central bank has conducted a survey just to gauge what the situation is. In 2021, central bank has conducted a survey where they have found the financial inclusion is little bit above the other countries in the region, because our normal literacy ratio is 95%, 96%. But financial literacy is not that high, but we are a little bit above the other comparable nations in the region. But what they have found is, even though the knowledge is there, when it comes to the practicality of this, engaging with the financial institution, that part is little bit poor. That is because of sometimes the non-availability, not having the facilities available, and also now if we take a Sri Lankan population, only 35% of the female are actively participated in the project, in the economic activities. Labor force participation by females is only 35%. So their engagement in economic activities, even though they may know as housewives, but their engagement is lower compared to males, because of the very fact that the economic community, they are not that active compared to males.
And that reflects in their financial habits as well, I guess.
Yeah.
I see. So what's your institute doing with regard to the banks or public education about these issues?
Yeah, now we are continuously discussing with the central bank, because central bank has a regional development department which is promoting this financial inclusion and financial literacy. And we, as a financial education institute, central bank is advising us to develop, actually they are giving us the inputs. So we develop the programs and get the banks and other financial institutions involved in the project to deliver these programs on financial inclusion and financial literacy. That is for the general public. At the same time, as I mentioned, the female participation is very low. So as a training institutions, going beyond our main scope as a corporate social responsibility, we are planning to conduct programs to females, actually housewives, about how to manage their cash flow, because they are very poor in managing their cash flow. And also, if you go to the rural sector, still borrowing from moneylenders and getting into the debt trap is very high. And also, in the current context, there are many financial scams. They easily find heaven in those areas because they are not that much of familiar with these products. So we thought of conducting programs for them to basically how to manage their cash flow at home. At the same time, when it comes to managing their resources, how can they get into the formal financial sector? And what are the financial products available for them and how to use them for their own benefit. Those are the programs as at now we are planning. At the same time, we have a very active program to educate the school children. While educating the banking sector professionals, we also conduct seminars to the school children throughout the country. And especially for those who are planning to enter the university and then to the workforce, we conduct them programs and educate them about basically the economic factors as well as the banking system, how the banking system is contributed to the economic progress, and how the individuals can benefit from the banking sector. What are the risks associated with those things? We are actually, as at now, we are doing. The new initiative that we are going to have is for these housewives, which we thought empowering housewives in terms of financial inclusion and financial literacy will be very effective in bringing especially the rural sector activities to the system.
So I think that covers the main topics for today. I'm glad to hear more about Sri Lanka. It's a country that I haven't been to yet, so I'm very pleased to have you here today.
Thank you, David. Thank you, and the team. Thank you.